I've been contemplating whether I should make this video or not for a few days now. I am an overachiever in almost every aspect of my life. I like to do my absolute best, and if I know that I don't do my absolute best, it drives me insane. And over this past year, I had so much going on that I had to make some sacrifices in order to keep it all going. I was so mentally removed from school this past semester that I got very little out of it. Pushing through and persevering allowed me to get that piece of paper, that diploma, that expectation of society. But another thing that I got out of it that I think is even more important is the realization that you can get through college by doing almost nothing. If I titled this video, How to Get Through College by Doing Absolutely Nothing, it would get insane amount of views. I'd reach an entirely new audience and I would push forward a generation of people with diplomas that know nothing. But that's not what I'm here to do. Whenever and however I can, I try to inspire you guys. I try to give you advice, things that I've learned that can help make your lives better, and that's what I want to do. I know I've already talked about this briefly and I don't want to be redundant, but going back to my semester, I did so little. I was mentally removed from class. It was the first semester that I ever didn't read my textbooks. Yeah, I may have skimmed a little bit before exams, but the fact that I was able to do the amount that I did and still be able to get A's and B's on my report card, I've just always been such an overachiever with school that I honestly never realized you could do that little and still get by. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm some overachiever and everyone else just doesn't try, but I know that there are probably a few, let's be honest, there's probably thousands of people watching this video right now that are just doing the minimum in college just to get a diploma, and you're wasting your time. You are spending tens of thousands of dollars to get nothing. Yes, a diploma is required for some jobs and it'll help you get a bit more salary, but just hearing faculty, teachers, and employers talk about how low the quality of graduates are nowadays makes me think this is a serious problem. And yes, my school might have been slightly easier than yours. I know there's gonna be people battling me in the comments section, but that's not the point of this video. I'm not telling you not to go to school. I just want to lay out advice for those of you who are already in school to get the maximum amount possible out of your experience. So we'll backtrack first and we'll talk about majors. You might have gone into school undecided, which I think is really smart. You can take classes and figure out what you want to do for your major. But my number one advice is to do something you're passionate about. It is so cliche, I know, but hey, like, I followed my passion and I was able to make a living out of it. Yes, not every single one of you will be able to replicate what I have done, but I have so many friends, so many people that I've met in these obscure industries, whether it has to do with drifting or BMX, video gaming, hummus, you name it. These people all followed their passion and were able to be insanely successful, and they're way happier than my other friends that are just doing stuff to make money. If you're passionate about the topic that you're going to school for, you're gonna be more interested in the classes, it'll be easier for you to pay attention, it'll be more fun, you'll be more likely to get involved, and it'll just be a better experience. But here's the thing, you may not know what major you want to take, or you may be blind to realizing how much you're actually going to hate your major. The best way to figure that out is to have real world experience. So utilize your school to find internships, whether they're paid or not paid. It's so important to get real life experience. Believe it or not, Nicole spent her whole time in college in elementary education just to do an internship and find out that it's not for her. Honestly, it was a flaw in the program because they had job shadowing in the beginning, but it's so much different when you have your own classroom, and it honestly wasn't what she expected. I don't want to go on a tangent, but she really likes helping kids, she likes helping them learn, and she likes seeing an effect, and she just found that as a teacher, she was frustrated that so many kids get lost in the system because she can't give individual attention to each and every one, and she feels like she's teaching to the middle child that doesn't exist. It's just so important to figure out if what you're doing is actually what you want to do or not. Yeah, there may not be a very large market for, let's say, I don't know, edible sports equipment, but if you absolutely kill it and you're super passionate about it, chances are that you'll feel more fulfillment in your job, and you might even make more money than, let's say, one of those normal jobs. All right, so let's say hypothetically you pick the perfect major. Now, how are you going to get the maximum benefit out of your school experience? Again, with the cliches, I'm going to tell you to get involved, and I'm hoping that you will take it from me a little bit differently than you'll take it from, let's say, your parents or your high school teachers that drilled this into your head. It's something I did not do at all until my senior year, and I definitely regret it. Talk to your professors. Even if you don't need help, you never know, down the road there might be an issue you have with a grade or with another professor, and having connections with faculty, well, I mean, that got me an independent study that was the reason I was able to graduate and resulted in me not dropping out, which I almost did. Do things on campus, meet people. Chances are that's where you're gonna meet the person that you spend the rest of your life with. It's very likely. How about me? And join organizations that have to do with your field. Again, networking, networking, networking. Being in the business world, I see like hands-on how important networking is. A connection is gonna have way more pull getting you a job than a degree will. And the more people you talk to, the more people you meet, the more the chances are that you have a valuable connection in your network. There are billions of videos and books and articles all about this, so why am I bothering talking about it? Well, I'm hoping that I'm reaching you guys where those other forms of media wouldn't. But seriously, why would you want to waste like 4 years of your life tens of thousands of dollars just to get a piece of paper. It's all that other little stuff that college is about. Like, that's what really gives you the maximum benefit. Your school probably has so many resources you can take advantage of. Everything from job employment to even talking with professors. You'd be surprised to hear some of the experience they have and knowledge that they have to share. And no students ever talk to them, so like they're beyond excited to share with you. Speaking of professors, you guys are gonna get absolutely terrible professors at some point in your college experience. It's gonna suck, but my best advice to you, if there's a way to avoid it and you get to choose your professors or even choose certain classes, go on ratemyprofessor.com. That's what I did for almost every single professor. You can read reviews and you'll instantly be able to tell if a professor is awful, and you can save yourself your GPA and a terrible semester. Now let's say you're stuck with one of those terrible professors and you can't pay attention. I'm not technically diagnosed with ADHD, but I literally cannot sit still. I can't pay attention for an extended period of time. And I struggled, especially this past semester, paying attention in some classes that were so boring to me. What's helped me is sitting in front and trying to be involved. It's way easier to pay attention when you know the professor might call on you and when you know they're more easily able to see what you're doing with your hands. Do not bring your phone to class, and if you do for some reason, put it in airplane mode. Like, totally get rid of that possibility of being distracted. I even have to put my computer in airplane mode, otherwise I'll be going on Craigslist searching cars during class. I cannot keep my hands still. I constantly have to be doing something, and I know this is a pretty big problem in our generation just because we're so used to texting nonstop and everything. So like, I'll do anything with my hands I possibly can, and it's usually being distracted on my phone. Sometimes I'll bite my fingernails, and it got really bad this past semester. So what I did, I took the advice of Han from the Fast and Furious, and I made my hands busy with snack food. Yes, it's simple. Some of my favorite stuff were like grapes and carrots because I know they're not super bad for me, but just anything that I can do, eating, even coming to class with a coffee, just doing something with my hands makes me pay so much better attention than if I was just sitting there like, because it's easy to zone out. At my school, professors are hired not based on their ability to teach, but based on their research work. So there are some professors that have like no teaching skills whatsoever, and you gotta really try to pay attention. A lot of you are still in high school and haven't made it to college yet. And if you're still watching this video, I'm super stoked because I really think that this advice can have a massive impact on your college experience. But if it's not too late and you're still in high school, take as many AP classes as you possibly can. Yes, I know they're miserable. I took so many of them. They're so much harder than other classes, but they will save you time and money. I feel like in my school, they didn't really drive this home enough, but like I went into college with 2 semesters worth of AP classes, and that saved nearly like $10,000. Yes, it'll be different depending on what your tuition is, but in addition to saving money, I was able to graduate like a year sooner than I would have if I hadn't taken the AP classes. Again, I know they suck, but they're way better than taking those classes in college for the most part. You're gonna be able to get way more individual attention, and I genuinely think you'll learn more. 2 that I will warn you about though, I know AP US history in my school, there was so much reading because there's so much information, and that was a massive time suck. Also, AP chemistry is very, very difficult for a lot of people. That was like my favorite. That was my field. I had an awesome teacher, so it wasn't really that bad, but I know a lot of people that aren't really like math inclined have a super tough time with it. Again, with the cliches, but while you're in high school, still try to get involved, try to do stuff. Try to do cool stuff. Don't just join the National Honor Society or play on the baseball team. Do stuff that's really gonna make you stand apart. Even though I only did like maybe $5 grand of sales at the time, the fact that I had a business as a high school student helped me get like 16 grand worth of yearly scholarships. Technically speaking too, it wasn't even a business related scholarship, they're more general, but it's just that is so different than everyone else applying that it really helped me stand out. I know applying for scholarships sucks, but it's free money. This isn't a video of me bragging, and this isn't a video of me telling you all the things that I did right that I'm expecting you to do wrong, because honestly, I didn't do 90% of the stuff that I'm telling you to do, but I can see how much it would have helped me. I make a video to try to help you guys, and there's always people trying to pull out things to make me look like a bad guy. I don't have that much of a vested interest in this. This video isn't gonna make me any more money than filming a daily vlog would have. I get emails and messages every single day from kids and parents just talking about the impact that I've been able to have on their lives, and knowing that I'm in a position where I'm able to set a positive example and help you guys out and you'll actually listen, I would feel guilty if I didn't take advantage of it. For a lot of you, this video might not be as interesting as me working on the 240 or as me riding my bike, but for those of you that this video did reach and it did resonate with, I sincerely appreciate it if you hit the like button, maybe share it with someone in your similar age group that's either going into college, is in college, that you think this could help. We all have friends that do nothing in school and just expect to cruise control through, and they will. They're gonna spend a ton of money, they're gonna get a diploma, they're gonna be in debt just to be slightly better off than they would have if they didn't go to college. I don't want that for you, I don't want that for anyone. One of the most rewarding things of me sticking through school and being able to finish and have my degree is having credibility to make videos like this. Because if I was a dropout, there'd be way less chance of you taking my advice. Please take my advice. Make yourself stand out, get the most out of college, and come out of that school with 10 times more than you have now. You can do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.